All right, what service can I use to get online to sell my products? I want to be able to go online fast. I'm not a tech person. I do not want to pay a premium price for a web developer consistently. And can you show me how to go online so I can focus on what I do best? And here at Street Tech, that's what we're going to do for you. By the end of this video, you'll be able to do all of that easily, and you'll be able to do it for free. All right, here we go. We're at it again. Introduction to e-commerce using Big Cartel, the e-commerce online solution. And the topics we'll cover in this video are setting up the site. We're going to gather everything to make your copy. We're going to design your product images and then upload them, and then do some site admin tasks and connect monitoring software like Google Analytics. Then we're going to test the site, make sure everything works before we launch it. And then we're going to celebrate and tell everyone we can about what we have going on. Now, if I went over that too fast, don't worry. I don't want to get into the detail of it. We'll just go through it and we'll answer questions at the end. So for our requirements, we're going to need a computer, web browser, editing software for your images like Photoshop. You should have a Gmail address, and we need pre-designed images. We're going to get those online, but if you have a logo to put on top of them or a design, that's great. And then, like we mentioned before, you're going to need your content, which is something like a business card or a brochure. And so this tutorial is for beginners, but you should know a little bit about how to navigate through a computer word program or something like that. All right. So let's get started. This will be the website we're going to create. It's going to have five items that we're going to enter, upload. And this is the drill down once you select the item, what it looks like. We don't have our payment set up, but once we set up our payment gateways, we will have that video for you as well. All you need is PayPal at this point. If you have that one, or Stripe, then you can start selling today. So hopefully you have PayPal and you can start getting ready to sell today. This is Microsoft Edge, Photoshop, like we talked about. You need at least those. Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge will be used simultaneously. One will be, we'll look for the website on the outside. In other words, we'll just put in the URL, the name of the site. And the other web browser we'll use, and we'll do the admin stuff, the back end stuff. So always keep a front end and a back end. That way, when you're trying to see what the customer will see, the public facing, you won't get confused. So as we drill down into bigcartel.com, you'll see you can do 5 free products, all the way up to 500 products. There's the price for that. So if you have everything you need today, you can actually get your site set up and start selling by the end of this video once you have it done again. So hopefully you have your email ready. Hopefully you have it written down already. Again, passwords I wouldn't save online as much. But if you write it on a notebook or a piece of paper, you can put it away, lock it away in a safe location. So put your email in, your password, go ahead and sign up. And then if you have a shop name, a business name already, if not, you can put anything you want. You can change it later. I'm going to do shirt shop 5000, but don't wait too late to put something in here, because when the search engines start crawling these sites, you may be stuck with that name for a while. So I like to save passwords inside my Google. These are the icons, or at least the tasks that we have going forward. And once you're done with all these, you will be in a good place to start selling your product. We won't get them all done today, but we will get close, okay? Get enough done to get you started. Your orders will come in here. Your products will be entered here. And if you want to do discounts, you can do that. This is your account, or like your profile. Lets you know what's complete and what's not complete. That's pretty good. That's why I like this. It's very simple, very clean, very basic, no programming. For those of you who don't want to program it. Also tells you your percentage of how much your shop is complete. So Click Add Products here. You can start uploading your products if you already have them. If not, we'll go into a quick tutorial on how to create something from Photoshop. And we'll get that started for you. Now, what you want to have before you start entering the information is, a little bit of data to help you go in. So what I like to do is go to Compose inside my Gmail and start a draft. I'm not going to send it to anyone. This is a bonus because I've been doing this for many years, putting stuff in the cloud before the cloud was even around. So if you go somewhere else and you need your information, you don't have to worry about not having it. All you need to do is log on to Google and your information is there in your draft folder. So we're going to grab a couple items out of here so that we can build our content. And then once we build our content, we can just dump it all in. So these are the drop downs. I'm not going to worry about the drop downs. So product name, description, and price. Probably as far as we go, again, that's on 5 items. So we'll have about, 15 entries. So I'm just going to name this something and put a description and put a price in, and then fast forward the video so we can keep moving along. Okay, now that we got all that information set up, those are our 5 items. Just want to remind you that you can go to the website Street Tech Media and click the Introduction to Big Cartel course, or use the forum to get more information about how to customize your shop or to find out what others are doing with their shop. You can also chat live if that option is available. If not, we will get back to you. But the forum is good and we'll have more information in it as well. So now we're going to add our product images. And since we don't have those, let's go ahead and create those. Create new in Photoshop. 800 by 800 square. It's going to be in pixels. 72 dpi. Select RGB, not CMYK. And depending on what bit you want, you can choose that as well. Go ahead and click Create. There's our artboard. Go ahead and zoom in on that, get that ready. Then we're going to go out to a browser search engine and look for, I'm going to do t-shirts. Example, blank shirts. So I'm going to look up blank shirts. Click Images and make sure that the image you select is larger than 800 by 800 or at least that size. Copy the image. Now it's on my clipboard. So I'm going to come here and paste it. Now if your image is too small, you definitely do not want to make it larger. It's going to distort. If it's too big, just size it down and you'll be in a good place. Set that right here in the middle. There we go. All right, now get your folder configuration set up. Just create a project folder for yourself. In that project folder, go ahead and do artwork. That will be where you put all your artwork. All right, so now we're going to name the file. And save it. All right, so I saved it, got my layer right there. And there's a shadow on this one that I want to remove. So if you grab something with a shadow and you're going to change colors, you may want to remove the shadow. That way your shadow doesn't turn the same color as whatever it is you're trying to change. In other words, I don't want a blue shirt and a blue shadow, or a green shirt and a green shadow. I just want to remove it. So I can remove it and then add a shadow, but I'll show you another way to get through this. And through magic, we're going to speed up and we'll get to that a lot faster. Here we go. All right, so now I have the t-shirt selected using the lasso tool. I'm going to cut it, but before I cut it, I'm going to use my quick mask tool to fine tune my edges. So if I was not able to get the edge that I wanted, I can go ahead and use this tool to sharpen my edges, whether it's the outside that wasn't crisp enough, or if I went too far into the graphic or the shirt. Just make sure you use black on your color palette, or white, and then have black and white being absolute colors. If you use any color, you're going to have a challenge with trying to make it work, and it will get frustrating. There are ways to do it, but again, we're not going to get advanced with it. We're just going to keep it simple and just tell you to use the sharpest brush that you have. Okay, see that circle? Sharp brush, sharp edge, and then just come in around the edge and then just bump it up. There you go. Make your brush smaller to get into different areas. And just tighten it up. Look all around your edges and make sure it looks good. All right. Keep in mind that if you accidentally cross over the line and get into an area like here and you didn't want to, you just reverse or invert the selection of your brush to color. So make it from black to white, or white or whatever you were using at first, and then wipe them out. Don't use the eraser. Just use the brush. We're just using two colors, black or white, inside our mask, quick mask tool. All right, that's another nugget right there to help you get crisp edges. And then we're going to deselect. Let's see. Anytime you see this asterisk beside the file name, always save. You don't want to get into a point where you are doing something and it didn't get saved. So that's a good practice to be in. So we're going to deselect. Now I can Control X, which is to cut. Let me show you that what we're going to cut is the shirt and not the background. Okay. Now that's cut. I'm going to paste that onto a new layer, and I'm going to call it my white shirt. The layer under it is my shadow. And I'm a little bit off as I zoom in, I can see, so I'm just going to select that shirt layer and then bump it down with my move tool. There it is, lined up, good to go. Now I'm going to drag another layer, another t-shirt. We're going to call this one black. And we'll invert this color and we'll make it black. We won't paint it black, we'll invert the color. So we'll let the software work for us. So deselect the white shirt under it so you don't get confused and have any extra halos or anything. All we have is our shadow. And under our shadow, then we have, transparent palette is showing you what we have. So put on our shadow, our shirt, our background, and you don't have to worry about shadow right now. So go to Images, and then there we go. Select Invert. Images, Adjustments, Invert. And then you can do the exposure as well. If that inversion was not to your liking, you can make it a little bit gray, or you can make it a darker black. I like to have the edges show a little bit so that you can see there's some texture in the shirt and not just a flat two-dimensional shirt. All right, so we use that one as our black. Now we're going to do colored shirts. And we're going to take a white shirt, not a black one. And we're going to, we'll make this one a red one. All right, so I'll change the color on my color palette to red. Then I'll go up to Image, Adjustments, Hue, Saturation. And then I will colorize. I will select colorize, and you can see the tint of the shirt change. And then I can darken it with my lightness selector and then add some saturation for my color. And then I'll find it where I want, and then I'll say, okay, I like that one. Now that's a little orange, if you will. It's not really red, but you know, whatever. We're not doing color specifications today. So I'm gonna do another shirt here. Again, turn off the ones below it so you don't get a halo or get confused by another layer. And at this point, we don't need to colorize. We just slide our hue down through the color palette. And that's why you do it with a colored shirt, but start with a white shirt. If you start with a black shirt, you're not going to have the same outcome. So this green right here is okay. We're going to save that one as green. Okay. Now this one's going to be my gold shirt. Slide them down, get some gold. There we go. And I'll name that gold. All right, so we have our black, gold, green, red, and white. Those are the 5 shirts we're going to use for this project. Again, when you see that asterisk, do a Control S or a save. And once it's saved. Now, if you don't have graphics, I should have mentioned this before, you can put text on these shirts as a placeholder, or you can put text on them if you make product, you know, and just use that text as a placeholder. But we've got our images already saved, so I just want to show you can do that if you don't have any graphics. So now we're going to go to embed. Let's go to place embedded. And we're going to look for our image to place on top of our design. And it's going to be a PNG file, basically, so you don't get the white square around it. You get your edges in your design. Size it up, and then position it wherever you want. Okay. Once that's positioned, I like to do a Control S to do a save. And then I can see what it looks like on other shirts. And we've got our shirt designs. It's that fast. All we need to do is make any small adjustments and then save these shirts. And then we have our 5 products. So this one right here, the blue and the green kind of clash a little bit. So I'm going to grab another logo, slide it down over my green shirt, and then group them. So I don't have to turn them both on. I can just turn the group on when I need to. Then I'm going to take this logo. I need to want to use my wand to select the blue, purple blue, and I'm just going to change the color and adjustments and hue and saturation just like we did before. Something that kind of fits a little better. All right. So we're going to rest about here. Maybe, there we go. Saturate a little bit more, click OK. Control S. Do that as a rhythm, Control S, okay. So now all my other shirts are going to use the same logo that's on the top. And then my green shirt is going to have its own logo. So I'll move that up so it's not confusing as I go back into it, all right? All right, so we're going to export this black shirt. We'll save first, export as PNG. Go into our projects folder and to our artwork, and then we'll save this one. And name it appropriately black. It's the black shirt. We have our gold. Wait. Okay, so I noticed I didn't add my shadow, so let me go back. I'm going to add my shadow. notice there's a little bit of a halo, and what you can do if you have that, just to tighten that up, is to go in on top of the shadow layer, use your eyedropper tool to select the color. Now the color is in my palette. Then I'm going to select a brush. And then with that brush, it's a hard brush. You can use a soft brush as well. You'll just fine tune the one you want. And then you can use that. So it can be a hard or a soft depending on your graphic. And then just go in over the halo area and start to darken it and get rid of that halo. And I'm making my brush smaller so it gets in there. So as you can see, it's a very fine, a very subtle change that I'm making. You can go more in detail if you want. But again, you're going to sell most of your product by how good your images look. If you can have a great product and if your images aren't tight, then, you may get overlooked by the next person. So keep those images tight. This is what it looks like under the shirt. So again, some of the hidden secrets that no one has to know about, because once you pair them together, you'll never see that. Okay, so now we'll save this black shirt again. All right, let's save it over top. There we go. Now we'll go to the next one, which is the gold. But through magic, we'll go ahead and finish them all so you don't have to watch the monotonous saving of each shirt. Once that is done and you have all of your products, then you can go back to your draft and start grabbing the product names, and then go to your new product, pop the name in there, go to your description, grab that. It's going to save you a lot of time because you already have all that written down. Manage category, create a new one, or add it to an existing category. This one, just call it men's shirts. There we go. And when you can cut and paste that data, it's going to save you a lot of time. Okay, so add your price. And if you have any options that you want to add, I'm going to do a small, medium, large. There we go. Okay, don't forget to add your pricing. And then your shipping. Then your shipping, you're going to have to add your country. It's not going to fill it out for you automatically. And that's on every item. So just be aware of that. And go ahead and click save. You can do your tax information later. You have added a product. Now you can go down to the URL preview and see what that looks like. We didn't add our image. So let's go back and grab our image. There we go. Go ahead and save that. Now that's in there. Now we can go view it. And there we go. Voila. It's got your options there. Got add to cart. All that's ready. So now you can see how easy it is to use. And once you get all your information in there, you'll be ready to rock and roll. Now, if you want to add more images, you can do that. Obviously, you need to upgrade for that. Looks like we completed 20% of our shop's setup, but we're going to add the rest of our images. And I won't make you watch all that. But again, just cut and paste. Show you one more time. Select the category. Make sure it's active. Include your price, whatever your base price is. And then add your options. Small, medium, large. Or if it's one, product. You can do colors there if you want it, but we're going to do sizes. Add your price. All right. And then once that's done, click Save. You can add your shipping again. Now there's a bulk item entry feature that you can do, and I think you do have to use the paid version. So if you didn't fill out something, it lets you know. There you go. So make sure you fill out that country. All right. So we're 20% complete again, even though I added 2 products. So there's our shop. Now that's what our shop looks like. There's the name. We're in maintenance mode, so no one can view it at this point. And our shirts, or excuse me, our product is actually available to click and peruse. If we add more pictures, we can do that as well. We'll close out of that. Go back to the products. Yeah, so I'm going to add a couple more products, and then we'll magically get them all added so you don't have to watch it again. Okay, so we got all our products added. That grayed out and went away. We got a check mark. Now we can go on to the next one, which is to customize our theme. This is a fun feature. Again, going back to our shop, getting an idea what we have right now. Contact form works. Our email is not present. That's beautiful, so we don't get spammed. But you'll get the message someone sends to you through that form in your email. All right, so we're 20% complete again. So I'm going to pick a theme, customize it, and we need to create a header image. Now looking at this site again, it looks like it's 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to do an image, probably a banner style image. All right, and we'll do it 1920 by 250 RGB and create. Now we've got a banner right there that will run all the way across if the site theme allowed it to, but if it doesn't, that's fine. I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search for an image that I think may fit. And just like with the shirts, once that fits, I'll cut, copy, and paste it. And then adjust it accordingly. And then when I find the area that I like, we'll go ahead and save it. Artwork folder. Call this one banner. Big Cartel banner. Okay, now I can export this one as a PNG using the quick export feature. And I'll save it into my artworks folder as the big banner. Then we'll go back to our theme designer, upload that banner, wait for it to refresh, and there it is. So it didn't go the full 1920. I'm at a higher resolution, but anyway, it truncated and it still looks pretty good. I think I want to add my logo on top of it just to give it a little bit more spin. All right. Size it up a little bit. information filter on it. And this will allow your graphic to tie in so your page kind of complements each other. And once you find that one, again, save it. I'm going to save on top, so I'll click yes. And OK. And export it. I'm going to save that one on top as well. Go back to our theme designer, delete that old one, upload the new one. And once it populates, it looks good. I like it. All right, so there's a couple more things I want to do with this one. I'm going to go out and grab my company color, which is the purple that's in this logo. I don't expect you to do this, but if you want to know how to grab a color in Chrome, you have a feature where you can look at the background information, and what that's going to give you the code. And as you hover over different areas, you can see what colors are available. And I'm going to copy and paste this hexadecimal color so that I can have some more uniformity. It's the little things that really count. So I would practice that if you haven't. And this blue, instead of just being generic blue, I'm going to add it to my company color, and I'll do it down here again. And I'll purposely go over top of the hash just to make sure you can paste it either way, and it worked. Good. So now when you hover over some of the links, it has your company color on it. All right, you can change the font if you will, size. There we go. Embed URLs. A couple nice features for being a free online service. Our next one is to set up our checkout. As mentioned before, I believe they offer Stripe and PayPal. So if you have one of those, you're in a good position to get started today. If not, you need to go ahead and set one of those up. Then come back and add it to your site. Okay. Now your profile image should be self-explanatory. You should get that in there as well. I'm going to use again my site logo, same as the one on the shirts. I'll use the 300 by 300. That should work just fine. Add a shop description. Should have had that written down on your draft as well. You can cut and paste it, put it on your draft if you want to have everything in your draft. Otherwise, go ahead and put something in there. Okay, there. Put something generic in there just to keep it going. And then click Save. And now you can see it populated. You can add a custom domain later if you have a URL that you already own. It says upgrade to add Google Analytics. We'll look at that later, but right now let's check out the address. I'm going to put my P.O. box there. Also going to put my time zone. I'm in California. Verify address. Click Save. So I got 3 checks there. That's good. And if I were accepting cards, I would have a check here. Billing, that's the plans. If you want to select a higher plan, you can change that there. And we scroll down a little bit and have our shipping profile. And you can add your shipping profiles right here. Yes. And then we'll do the country code. Should be US. Check that one for region, not sure. Country of zone, okay. So yeah, I believe that one's for everywhere. Okay, and then we're going to add our standard tracking amount. done. Add our next day amount. Finish that off. And then click save. There we go. So back to account. All right, let's see where we're at now. Okay, add a custom domain, enable inventory tracking. Again, those are upgraded features. Set up Google Analytics, so that's an upgraded features. But I think I may have a nugget for you. So go ahead and click Not Right Now. You selected that one. And then we're going to scroll up to the top and go to Account. And we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Browse Apps and Integrations. We're going to look for Store Management Apps, Google Analytics, and then we're going to sign into our analytics account. If you need to pause this video to catch up, that's fine. Once you're in, you want to give it an account name. Now, the account name could be anything. It doesn't have to be your store name. It could be like if you have 5 accounts, 5 different things going on, it could be account 1 through 5. But I'm just going to put my store name in this one. Okay. Leave all these boxes checked and click Next. It's going to be mostly for the web at this point. Now there's our website name and the URL. So the web address. And there it is right there. Big Cartel without the HTTPS. That's in Google Analytics. I'm going to change the drop down to HTTPS. Then I'll paste in everything after that. And I'll do my category, which is shopping. Time is okay. Create. Select these 2 boxes. You have to agree. And then once that's finished, email communications. Yeah, I like to stay up on this kind of stuff. So, yep, I'll select that. Android and iOS apps they have available that you can download and see this data if you want to see it real time. What's important here is the tracking ID. So grab that, paste that into your draft file. Another bonus. May not seem like a lot now, but as you go back and reference this later, you'll be able to appreciate how simple this is right now to do, but how effective it will be later when you need it. Don't put any passwords in there or usernames. Keep that on a piece of paper. All right, so what do we have here? Let's see, there's our, we're going to go to, let's go to Home. And we're going to verify that the data is reading. So there, shirt, shop, 5,000. I can see it propagating. 0 active users right now. Hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours that will change. We'll turn our site on so we can start getting this data, because once you're able to look at what your site is doing on the back end, you'll be more excited about how to get things uploaded, when to get things uploaded, and what your customers are doing. We'll talk about that in detail in our SEO video. But yeah, just checking that over right now. Looks all good. And so we got a couple check boxes out of that. We didn't get the Google checkbox because we kind of went around it a little bit, but it still works. Okay, so now you can check your site out again. You can turn your site on, and to do that, you go to your account, and right above your shop icon, you're going to click Launch. Once you launch it, there's your URL. You can cut and paste it, share it with everyone, and all your social media shares are right there as well. So Again, I'm just looking at it in another browser to see how it looks to make sure things didn't change that much. Yep, looks functional to me. The prices, drop downs, add to cart. There's my cart. There's my checkout. You can change these amounts and you can check that they updated. They did. See how fast that is? And that's what I like about this. Again, you don't have to do all that. In other sites online, you would have to go and build all that functionality with plugins and stuff. So I'm going to add a discount so I can get one more thing finished on this. Free shipping 01 is what I'll call it. And anything over 3. And then through these drop downs, you can say when a customer orders anything, or excuse me, at least 3 items, it's free shipping on their entire order starting now. And you can turn it off. You can select the date, but for the tutorial, we'll go ahead and leave them like they are. Yep, and then we'll save it. Yes, your discount was created. And again, if we had our shop, we'd be able to add that discount right there at checkout, or see that discount because we have 3 items. All right. Just be careful if you have something real heavy. Somebody can order 3 items and make you pay for heavy shipping. So be careful. And that's pretty much how you design an e-commerce solution online. Big Cartel is one of my favorites. Again, I don't get paid for any of this. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I just like their product. I like the way it functions. I like the functionality. I like the simplicity. I like how you can be online in no time. And again, it says your shirt shop 5000 name.bigcartel.com. If that's bothering to you, then you can just purchase a URL and make that happen. So congratulations. You should be able to build an e-commerce website, upload products, track the products, track your sales, take orders online, and you should be able to let everyone know that you have a functioning website. So if this has helped you get going, please like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'll be adding more videos about how to add different functionality to these sites. And if you have any questions, please comment them below. We'll take those questions and post them in forums so that they can help others on their quest for success.